Ciao, Fratelli. Hola, amigos. Hi, everyone. This is Fratelli Talk, the new podcast bring to you by Falco from Indonesia and Italy, and our friend Nestor from Panama. My name is Luis Alonso from Mexico. We are here today to speak about our club and what happened in the middle of the week in the Champions League. So let's stop talking and let's start with the inter news and information. So, amigo Falco, what can you say about the elimination of Champions League?
Mamma mia. Ah, the first question, but it sounds hard, no? Ah, so thank you guys. Dai, Atletico Inter. I mean, that game was very. We thought we said that that game would be difficult, and it was very difficult. And Atletico played very well, and they were very offensive, and we were not at our perform that we showed in this area and also in the first leg. And the problem is like at Inter now we don't have many penalty takers. Rigorista. Rigorista is singular, rigoristi plural. Yeah, we don't have many rigoristi. So practically we have only Hakan, no? Only Hakan. But I don't know. I mean, they are human. Lautaro is human. They are human. They can do some mistakes. Even they are professional players, and I mean that kind of thing happens in football. So I, I'm still I'm still a little bit, I have to say, a little bit sad. And after seeing the result draw, that we could face the Borussia Dortmund. So eh, still a little bit sad, but I mean we talked already in our group that our first goal, I mean our uh, first goal in the season is the second star, la seconda stella. So the champions. Yeah, we could do better, but maybe for the next season, I don't have many things to say because I'm still a little bit sad. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, amigo. Nestor, what do you think was the most important factor that made the Inter lose this game that we had? Uh, After 35 minutes, we thought that we were on the next round when Di Marco scored. What happened then? Why we missed this opportunity to be on the next round of the Champions League?
Okay, just as you mentioned, Inter were up 1-0 after 35 minutes, and the global score was 2-0. And I was like, okay, that's a sigh of relief, but the match was still a long way to go. But in the end, even though of Inter's first goal, Atletico de Madrid was superior. What we mentioned last week, the podcast last week, we have to congratulate Atletico because they played a heck of a game, but they won on the midfield. Çalhanoğlu did not perform, and I told you last week that we needed the best Çalhanoğlu. It was his time. It was that game. Henrik Mkhitaryan did not perform well. I would say Barella saved a little bit. He performed well, but in the end, Atletico's midfield was way better than Inter's. Inzaghi, he has a percentage of fault, but not 100% because he's not at fault that Duran misses 2 clear goal chances, Lautaro and Varela. So in the end, I mean, he's not the one who's playing on the field, and he has to score goals. But probably he had to do something at halftime. So because the midfield was getting destroyed, they were ran out all together. And the penalty kicks, as Falco mentioned, that's another thing. If we didn't know, after the game we knew the stats. We cannot rely on the usual penalty takers except Çalhanoğlu and probably Di Marco. Even though that Di Marco, I remember when he took a penalty, I think it was last season, he also missed, but he has a very good left foot. But you see that Lautaro is like 62% at penalty kicks. Alexis Sanchez is like 45%, so we cannot rely on that. To be honest, I don't know why Klaassen took the other penalty kick, but in the end, that's where, as Falco mentioned, we need penalty kickers. It's not like we're Atletico that we want to play extra time and take penalty kicks, the shootout.
Yes.
But we need someone else. We cannot rely on Çalhanoğlu because we cannot rely on, even though Lautaro is the best scorer on the team, he has a 62% ratio. I mean, it's almost 50-50. One miss every 2 chances. So, but in the end, I think Atletico Madrid was better. I was mentioning Falco a little bit earlier. Memphis Depay shut my big mouth, my big tongue. He played like the Karim Benzema of 2 years ago, winning the Ballon d'Oro in just 10 minutes. In just 10 minutes, post and a goal. But props to Atletico. I mean, we knew that it was going to be difficult at the Wanda, but not that way. It's not. It was like, okay, it was Inter's 3rd defeat of the season, but it could have gone at the worst place at the worst time, and in Champions League. The other one was against Bologna in a Coppa Italia, and the other one was against Sassuolo, but probably it was not the correct game. So if Inter should have lost it. So, but again, not being like I don't know, conform myself with the result. But in the end, the objective of this season is like win the Scudetto. However, having a 16-point advantage, us as fans wanted Inter to at least try to advance to the next round. Not winning, not going as far as Inter could, but not going out in the first round of the playoffs in Champions League.
Also, I think that many of our players played the worst game since of all the season. I mean, when Pavard lost Griezmann, and then he moves the ball with his leg to allow him to score, he was offside. If Pavard should have a good contact with the ball, first of all, it would be outside the goal area. But towards that, or besides that, he lost all his mind in this game. I mean, it was the worst Pavard I've seen ever. Ever.
He was nervous,
but
right?
not just he was very nervous. He was very nervous. You said, I don't know why Klaassen took that penalty, but you saw it on his face. He was just about to be shaking. He didn't want it to shoot that one. I don't know why they choose him. As both of you guys said, definitely we need more penalty kickers. We need to. I mean, Inzaghi have to work with that. And I believe that this was the last chance for Alexis to show that he could stay the next season with Inter. He asked for those kind of opportunities, and he just showed up that. I mean, he's not in that level that brought him at Inter like 4 years ago, definitely we will need to refresh our strikers. And I read also by Calcio Mercato that Inter will go for three more strikers, Alexis and also Arnautovic, even when we're going to pay those 10 million euros that we paid for him. I just still cannot believe it. But anyways, we are going to let him go as far as that information from Calcio Mercato said. So Inter will search for two other strikers. We already know that we have Taremi right now, but I think that Inzaghi have to work a lot in the aspect of keep the confidence in the feet, but not in the mind. I believe that in the first 20-25 minutes when Atletico was over us, uh, they've had a lot of confidence, but negative confidence. They thought that the game was won, that the
Series was over.
the series were gone, were won, and definitely we paid a high price for that. We gave Atletico the ball like 75% of the game, and also Thuram, Dumfries, Varela, um, those three players have the chance to score. I believe that the most important was Thuram's, but I mean, I believe that we didn't lose this chance to be in the next round at the Metropolitano, the Meazza. We could have won that game 3-0, and we lost that opportunity. We knew that, first of all, Cholo Simeone never in 11 years or 10 years, I don't know how many years he has been here at the Atlético's bench, but he has never lost a Champions League game at the Metropolitano. Never. He could tie, he could win, but he has never lost a game there. And those statistics also play, and that's what we have right now. So I think that we can move on. It hurts. We all feel very disappointed about it. We thought that we could be any further, or we could have any other chances to at least to play semifinals. I don't want to join this game about, oh, Dortmund was our best chance to be in semifinals. We're a better team than them. Because I mean, we don't even know if that was going to be the team that we were faced on the next round. I mean, I've read everywhere that, man, if we have faced Dortmund, definitely we have played the semifinals. I mean, I don't think so. Anyways, we just lost this chance. It hurts that it's the last time that we are going to see this format of Champions League. The next year we're going to have like plenty of teams, plenty of games, and we don't know what is going to happen. Also, I think that we need a more deep squad to face that new format. Also, with along with the Serie A and Copa and everything else. But anyways, guys, if that's fine, how about if we move on to the next topic? Falco, we are going to face Napoli tomorrow. Napoli is also out of the Champions League. They have, even when they are the Campioni, they had one of the worst season of the last 10 years. Osimhen, it's not sharp. Kvaratskhelia, it's not also playing the level that we know. All of the team, it's not performing well. It's the third manager in the season. What do you think that is going to happen tomorrow?
Yeah, Inter Napoli. Yeah, Napoli is not the Napoli that we saw last season. No, it's totally different. And I just checked the win probability on Google. That Napoli they have only 17%, I mean, to win the game. But Inter, we have more than 60. I don't remember. I don't remember very well. So now they have the, I mean, a new coach, and yeah, tomorrow I don't know. I cannot make a prediction that I cannot say that tomorrow will be an easy game. I hope, but I hope our mentality. I mean, the mentality of all Inter players uh, will be back or already back. Otherwise, because we need only five wins, no, 5 wins to secure the Scudetto, but it depends also on the result of AC Milan and Juventus. So tomorrow, I don't think it will be very easy. No, I don't think so. But we will win. But I cannot make a prediction like I did before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amigo Nestor, just like Falco said, Acerbi's number is the magic number. 15 points will give us the title. It doesn't matter what Juventus or Milan does. What do you think that is going to happen in this match against Napoli? They are
Okay.
7th in this season now.
Yeah, they have been awful this season, but in the end, this new manager, Francesco Calzona, I think, they're regaining their form little by little. We also have to take into consideration that the last 4 games in Serie A, they won 2 and they tied, they draw 2. So they're getting better little by little, step by step. Yes, every single player is not the same as last season, but you can see that at least we see Kvaratskhelia every once in a while since the last month and a half or the last month. I know that a game against Sassuolo they won 6-1, but that was one game. Doesn't measure all the other 4-6 games they played, but they're playing a little bit better. Third coach of the season. It reminds me of the Moratti era back in the days. So they both played this week for Champions League, so they also have the same rest, even though Inter played 30 more minutes. As Falco mentioned, yes, we need to turn the page and look forward and get the objective as soon as possible and win the Scudetto. I think there's going to be, I'm not going to say rotation, but a few rest or some kind of rest for a few players. They are tired. And Napoli, they also have to win, so it's going to be a hard match. Probably 2-1. They're both still tired, but they both need the points. I know that Inter, we can't afford losing points, but it's not right now. Okay, not right now, and we have to change psychologically the momentum from what happened 3 days ago. Probably 2-1 aboard, and honestly, hey, we're the clean sheet team, so it can go also 2-0. Inter, they play it at the Meazza.
Okay. I believe that definitely, I mean, we are Inter and we know what Inter means and what the Pazza Inter meaning, but I think that even what happened on Thursday, we are going to win that Scudetto. It would be like a catastrophe if we lost him. If we lost that chance to be champions again. I believe that even when we need to keep winning, it's it won't be easy for the guys. The mental shock that they had on that defeat against Atletico, I think that it will impact at least in this game. I know that the Napoli knew that they were not going to beat Barcelona, so they knew that the Champions League was over on Wednesday also, or Thursday. I don't remember when they played,
Tuesday.
but Tuesday. Okay, so they knew that they were not going to go any further on Champions, so they don't have that impact, that mind impact, mental impact that could affect their performance. And like Nestor said, step by step they are improving. For the last 4 games, they haven't lost, and also uh, I believe I don't know what do you think, guys, but against Genoa, against Bologna, they were not our best performance, and definitely even when Napoli it's not in their best shape, they have specific players that could do something and make you trouble for this game. I believe that we are going to draw this one. To be honest with you guys, um, I think that the team needs to settle again. They are like feeling dizzy about what happened against Atletico, and I mean AC Milan and Napoli are the two toughest games for the rest of the season. Like Nestor said, we can't afford losing points. Let's say that we can lose points against Napoli, hopefully not against Milan, but that could happen. So uh, I believe that we are going to draw, even though we don't know what is going to happen with Milan or Juventus, because they also could draw or even lose, and those 15 points that we need to win the Scudetto maybe could be 13 or could be 14. We don't know what is going to happen. Even though I think that we could draw this game, uh, Lautaro needs to score. He needs to see the goal again. He needs to clarify his mind. Um, I've read even Costa Curta saying that Lautaro is not made for big games, and the first thing that came to my mind is that when were you when you lost those 5 derbies in a row? I mean, he's talking right now when he saw that Inter lost that series against Atletico and that Lautaro misses the penalty shot. But it, even not just Milanista like Costa Curta, but a lot of Interisti are criticizing like Lautaro about this missed penalty. And I think that, guys, he has scored 23 goals in this season in all the competitions. We cannot say anything about him. I believe that he deserves this position. He is the captain. He's leader, and we saw Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo, missing games, finals, penalties. Messi, Cristiano, Zidane, Maradona. I mean, you can name all of them, and all of them lost games or missed shots or penalties. So hopefully Lautaro will take it again, and he needs to gain confidence again. He needs to score. Hopefully he'll keep doing it against Napoli. And as you remember, those games are normally 1-0, 2-1. So they are the score is very tight normally with when we face Napoli. So I believe that we're going to draw this game. Anyways, let's see what happens. And finally, guys, we all know that Sensi it's not going to continue the next season. We are not going to have class, and I believe that he's not going to continue also. And Zielinski is coming. Also, we're going to have Taremi. I think that this one will be the last top season for Acerbi. He's just 36 right now, if I'm not wrong, or he's just about to. And we need to renew some positions on the squad. So, amigo Falco, if you had the chance to sign one defender, one midfielder, and one striker besides Zielinski and Taremi, knowing that we don't have that budget that any other teams had, and that Marotta and Auxilio works in a very specific way. I mean, we were shocked when we signed Eriksen or Hakimi or Pavard because we're not used to spend that money, but or even Lukaku the first time that he came. But let's say that you have all the skills or all the tools that Auxilio and Marotta have. Which would be your defender, midfielder, and striker?
For defender, I would like to take Lukumi from Bologna. One of Lukumi and Beukema, one of them for defender. I think because what I'm considering is we need to buy a defender who is already in Serie A. And then for the midfielder, we know that Zielinski is coming. That as you said, that Sensi and probably Klaassen are leaving. We leave in the end of the season. A good question for the midfielder. I want to pick another player from Bologna. I mean, it's like he is good to be a reserve. Remo Freuler, a Swiss player, no? Remo Freuler, and yeah, I saw also I read also some news that Inter will sign another striker. Yeah, despite Taremi is coming, but many sources said that Inter will sign another striker. It's like a type, a number 9 type, something like that. And it's not easy. It's not easy that if we are considering our situation in terms of financial, it's not easy to find the number 10 at right now, and also in the summer. But I think it's not I mean, it's not the number 10 that will play regularly, no, because you have already Thuram and Lautaro. I don't think Inzaghi is thinking to bench Thuram. I don't think so. So I think Marotta and Auxilio, they're planning to find a good reserve for center forward. So it could be like Zapata. I don't know, Zapata for a reason. But if we, I mean, if we sign Circe, and I don't think he will be okay to be benched. I mean, to be a second choice. I don't think so. So maybe it's like Javad or Gianluca Scamacca. I don't know. Which is it's like the pure center forward, not like the false nine or the second striker. Because Lautaro and Thuram, they are not the number 9. I mean, their type is not the number 9. No. So yeah, that's, I mean, those names, that what I can say at the moment. I mean, regarding considering also our budget, our financial condition. Yeah.
That's interesting because I was reading here Remo Froller's value right now. It's 6.5 million euros, so he could be affordable. And Lukumi, it's 11 million euros, so they are on the budget. So okay, Falco, I think that those were good options financially. And I mean, personally, I don't like Scamaca. I don't think that we need to thank him, because when he refuses to join us, we had that money to spend it on Pavard. So I don't think that we go any further with him, but that's fine. I mean, I understand the profile that you mentioned, the
Yeah.
static nine, an old type nine, old school nine. Okay, so Nestor, name the 3 players, defender, midfielder, and striker that you will sign for the season 24-25.
To be honest, I also have been asking myself this question. I do not have an answer because, as Falco mentioned, team Marotta and Auxilio, we never know what's going to happen. And usually they're not going to invest in some kind of heavy transfer, right? They're going to look for the ones that do not have a contract. So I cannot guess, because in the end, even though as fans, we have to be realistic. The reality of the mercato, the reality of the team, the reality of our budget, the reality of the financial fair play. So right now, I don't know. Again, regarding what Falco mentioned regarding the striker, he didn't know if I don't remember the name. He would like to be a reserve at Inter. At the start of this season, nobody knew who was going to be the starter alongside Lautaro. Turan won the position by himself, but no, anyone could have mentioned Arnautovic or even Alexis Sanchez that had a good season last year with Olympique de Marseille, but we never know. As you mentioned, Acerbi is aging. Yes, I thought that when he came to Inter, he was done, because he was, to be honest, a disaster at Lazio. But he looks like, without maintaining those differences, he was a very good center back. He won the position to Stefan de Vrij, who is way younger. Well, not way younger, but younger. Mkhitaryan, I also thought he was going to be a reserve at Inter, and he started being the start along with Çalhanoğlu. Okay. And who else? Well, we also will know that Darmian, he can be a very good reserve. He was going to be reserve last season, and he ended up being starting the position. So we never know, but I will be glad to have Acerbi, Darmian, and Mkhitaryan, my team, even though as reserves for next season. And if they're going to start, fine by me. I mean, we also want to see the growth of, for example, a Fratesi. And again, I'm sorry, not again, but we always want for the youth players to get into the team, to break into the first team. But historically, since I've been watching this team, they're like, you can count them with one hand. It's like Martins, Balotelli, probably that's it. Davide Santon, I think that's it. Inter has a politic that they do not believe in their youth academy. They are like, they have a very good academy. And they're gonna sell them to any other team for a very good price as a young player. But that's it. They're not gonna be starters on the team. Never.
That's right. I mean, Inter has never trust in their Primavera, and they use them as exchange or payback for signings. I don't think also that they are going to sign someone there. I have 3 names obviously, I was thinking about before we started this podcast, so I had these names prepared. First of all, he doesn't have this spotlight on him, but I think that it's a reliable defender that he could play like never as a starter, but a good bench. I think that Giangiacomo Magnani from Hellas Verona, 28 years, 2.8 million euros is his value.
Ñani. Yeah,
He
yeah.
is he's I mean he's a reliable defender. I think that with a better team he could perform very well. He's Italian. He's 28 years old, so definitely you can trust him for 3 or 4 years. It's an affordable signing, and he could improve the bench for the defenders. In the midfield, I have this specific player that I love his game. I really like the way that he plays, and he is Matteo Pessina from Monza. He's a captain from Monza, Italian, 26 years. It's like another type of Fratesi Varela midfielder, like box to box. He can play anywhere in the midfield, even when he's playing sometimes as regista. But he could play in all the positions on the midfield. Let's say that you move Fratesi as the new Mkhitaryan. Pesina could be the new Fratesi, like the like the at the bench and coming in to try to solve the games. 15 million euros, he could
50.
be a good option. 15, yeah. So the problem is that Monza is a Berlusconi's team, so we know that he's going to ask for like the double if they were going to sell him to the Inter, no? And finally, the striker will be the Cholito, Giovanni Simeone. It's I think that he's a wasted striker in Napoli. He could do a lot if they let him play. 13 million euros right now. So this formula, like loan with loan fee, like 3 millions and another 8 or 7 million for the next season. Based on on objectives and goals that we're gonna have for the next season. Those would be my three signings. Thinking that we could spend around 35 millions on the three of them. I would like to see something like that, as we mentioned in specifically Nestor said. Auxilio Marota's way, it's a mystery. We don't know what are they preparing and what are they going to do. But if we all have this chance, now we know what we were doing with these signings for the next season. So, guys, I don't know if we have something else to talk about in this episode of the podcast. I think that we all agree that it's a tough loss against Atletico. It impacted on the mind, the heart, and the environment around the team. But I mean, those things happens, and if you want to keep doing what you are doing and win titles like the Scudetto, you have to move over and keep going. So, Falco,
See?
anything else that you want to say about this week and what we talked this day?
I think no. This is a little bit random. I think Acerbi will score tomorrow.
Okay. Hopefully he will.
Yeah, a random thing comes to my mind.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Acerbi will score
Well,
tomorrow.
let's see. Hopefully he will. Nestor, do you want to bring something else today?
No, just turn the page, move forward, wrap up the Scudetto, and let's celebrate that second star, the title number 20. I'm very anxious about it in a good way.
Yeah.
All right. So we thank you all for being here, for joining us at the YouTube channel. we're going to keep inviting more Interisti, Fratelli Interisti around the world. We want to have Italians, we want to have French, we want to have Germans, we want to have Fratellis all around the world here joining us with this podcast. So thank you all, guys. Thanks so much, Nestor. Muchas gracias, amigo.
Gracias, amigo. Gracias, amigos.
Gracias, amigo.
Todos,
Gracias a
amigos.
todos. Forever and
Falco,
always.
you have to speak Spanish, Falco.
Sí,
Falco
amigo,
needs to
estoy
speak
mejorando mi español. Estoy
He
mejorando mi
does.
español. Sí. Sí,
Okay.
gracias,
Thank you
amigo.
so much.
Vamos.
See you around.
Thank you.
Hasta la próxima.
Pues ya quedó, amigos. Muchas gracias. It is done.
De nada.